Oh, welcome. How you doing? Welcome to Air1FX69 studio. Here, a lot of people have been asking me, all right, well, how do you airbrush? How are you able to accomplish some of the things that you're doing? And here we have been working on taking our channel into a direction where we can teach people how to create something from nothing, sometimes from your imagination, sometimes from other pictures that you want to see. Today I'll be going over the basics of airbrushing. And everything that you do is going to be a foundation. Here I will teach you the foundations of airbrushing, and then from there we will go straight into working on a panel when you're ready. One of the hardest things about airbrushing is getting control of your airbrush. It's one of the hardest things to do. One, it's very unnatural. So, I've been doing this for over 15 years. Just to give you a little heads up about Air1FX69, I've been doing this for 15 years, and for the first 2 years it was very hard to take control of the airbrush. But fortunately for you, I will show you some shortcuts along the way, how to start a panel, how to finish a panel. We'll be going through this in depth, and I hope you enjoy. If you notice that in front of you right here, what we have is, this is the piece that we will be starting today, but we will not be completing it. We'll be going there step by step. Here I have a blank black panel. On this panel I'll be showing you, it is one of the hardest, but it is the basic and one of the foundational techniques to airbrushing. Most airbrush, if you watch any videos with people airbrushing, if you watch their hands very closely, you will see that it's the one thing that they use, and it's called the dagger stroke. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the dagger stroke. It's not easy, but it's not hard. Well, let's put on our mask because we don't want to be breathing in paint, do we? Me, I like to use an eye water airbrush, if anybody knows. These are the most sturdy, most reliable airbrushes that you can find. They're made in Japan, and some of the parts are made from titanium, so they last long. They don't break down very easily. So if you're wondering about getting an airbrush, if it's too expensive, no. You can find iWater makes some very good inexpensive airbrushes. I'm just letting you know, just shop around. Sometimes you look for the Highline, the Evolution series. Me, I use the Highline series. But that's just me. Okay, so step one. Get a nice nylon hose, because you can go through these very easy. You need something that's going to stand up to the test. Sometimes the air pressure will put a lot of stress on your line. You don't want plastic because they bust. Alright, so we're going to start off with just basic white. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to use basic white. Now, me, I like a particular brand of paint, but you can use any paint you want. If you're working on a black panel, please use black. I'm just saying. Now, it may sound redundant, but you'd be surprised. Alright, so let me put my mask back on, and I will show you the basics of airbrushing. Alright, here we go. Now, great thing about airbrushing is you can take it to another level. You can actually use it to enhance some of your artwork. A lot of people are intimidated by it. Don't be intimidated by the airbrush. It's like anything else. I've never tattooed, but if you can tattoo, you can airbrush. Alright, dagger stroke. I gotta keep taking this off. So, the dagger stroke is, you start far, so when you're far away, you start here. Okay, you see that? That means It's not sturdy. Hold on. Let me fix this. Alright, dagger stroke. You start far, you go in. As you pull back, as you go in, you push forward. As you go in, you push forward. As you go in, you push forward. So, dagger stroke. I don't know if you can see that. What you want is fat to thin. Fat to thin. Fat to thin. Fat to thin. You see? I still got to do it. Even after 15 years, I still got to practice this. So, you do a set going up. You're over here. You do a set going up, do a set going down, do a set going left, do a set going right. Now, another important thing is, when you are holding your airbrush, okay, you want to cradle it. You see this? You have to cradle it. And you hold it. Now, don't do this. Okay? It's always straight on. So, straight on, from fat to thin and up. Your whole body. Use your whole body. Your whole body. Alright? Now, I keep looking at that camera and y'all over here. It tells you where my head is at. So, down. When you are going, now you're going to go down. It don't have to be perfect. What you're doing is you are doing muscle memory. What you're training your muscle to do is to you're training your muscles to that when you go closer that you're going to let out less paint. So if I'm far away and I want to miss, I'm going to pull back hard. But as I go in, I want less paint, because if I have too much paint, that happens. So I'm going to go in slowly and push forward slowly. Less paint. See? It's alright to exaggerate at first when you're doing this. Let me see if you guys can see me. Let me put it this way. So that way you have a better view. Big to small. Big to small. Now. Me, I like to practice this even after 15 years, the basic foundation, because you practice the foundation every day. Hold on, get a compressor. So this is the painting we're going to do right here. Just bear with me. Feel free to ask questions. Okay. Now, if you practice the foundation every day, then what ends up happening is it just becomes second nature. You don't even have to think about it. They don't have to be perfect. Like I said, muscle memory. Muscle memory. Right there, that right here is the foundation of all airbrushing. So when you see guys that do amazing art and they're like, oh, how'd you get the lines, this, that, and the other thing? Trust me, this is what they do. This is what they practice. They practice, they practice, they practice. Sometimes I like to practice what's called the 4-dot square. 4-dot square. So I'm learning how, if you notice something, I'm always keeping my air on. I don't do this. I don't do that. It's air on, 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 air on. 4-dot square. Let's say you have a point here. Let's say you have a point here. One thing with airbrushing, I'll tell you right now, don't ever look at where you're at, look at where you're going. I start here. Now, if I begin to look where I'm going, watch what happens. Now, if I start here and I start here, you want fluid movement. Fluid movement. Now we're going to do the 4-box dot. Here, here, here to here, here to here, here to here, here, here. What? You're learning how to stop and start, but you don't ever take the air off. Air never comes off. Air always stays on, because if you take the air off, this is what happens. You see that? Trust me, when it comes to airbrushing and you're trying to get fine detail, you don't want that to happen, as you see many times when I'm airbrushing. So, what you do is you keep your air on. You push forward. Forward closes the valve. Look. I don't know if y'all can see the needle. Let me see if I can see the needle. See the needle go back? That means that it's allowing paint to come into the tip. As air blows in through the bottom, it pushes it out. How does it work exactly? I don't know. I don't know how it works. I just know it works. I don't know. Somebody in their infinite genius came up with this. Great thing about airbrushing, you could use whatever as a stencil. Doesn't matter. You can create whatever effect you want. That's the great thing about airbrushing. Okay. So, dagger strokes, straight lines, practice. It doesn't matter. They don't have to be straight. Lines, lines, up and down, full body movement. Full body movement, full body movement, full body movement, full body movement. Practice going across. Alright, hold on a minute, you gotta make room. So this is very easy. Since it's plastic, I can just erase it. There's a plastic covering on this. If I was you, don't waste your money on any canvas. If you're starting out airbrushing, my suggestion is if you want to save a lot of money, just get some cardboard, get some black paint, and just practice. That's pretty much all you have to do. Now you're asking yourself, okay, so I keep doing this. When can I start a panel? When you feel that you have enough control to just move your airbrush at will, and you feel confident. Really, it's when the confidence comes. It's like if I want to do hair. if I want to do hair and I don't have confidence in my airbrushing, then, you know, I'm going to be like this. But if I have enough confidence, and let's say I want to do hair, then I can do hair. Alright? So, that's what we're going to be practicing every day. Now, why do I have to do this before every painting? Because if I do this before every painting, now, when I go to my painting, alright? Now when I go to my painting, what I want to do is, I want to lower my air pressure. The air pressure, I keep looking over at that camera, I got to be looking over here. When I lower my air pressure, less paint comes out. That's another thing. Air pressure, very important. High air pressure, when you want to cover a lot of area fast. Low air pressure, when let's say I want to stay within these parameters. Well, if I lower my air pressure, I get less overspray and more control over the paint. Now, white always has a lot of overspray. Why? I don't know, it's just a lot of pigmentation in the paint. There's nothing you can do about it. Trust me, many have tried, many have failed. So you just play around. Now how does that work when I do painting? I'll show you right now. This is how it works when I do painting. So, dagger stroke. How do I do the dagger stroke on my painting? Alright. How do I do the dagger stroke on my painting? So, this is our painting here. So, let's say I want to get, hold on, let me lower this for a minute and I'll show you in a minute. Hold on a minute. Let me lower my canvas so I can always be this particular easel takes a little bit getting used to, plus the weight distribution is a little rough. Okay, here we go. All right. Here we go. So, now, here's the line over here that I want to get in. I want to get this line in. Now, I can go straight in, but first off, I don't want to do that because I don't feel like doing a lot of cleanup. So, that's this line here. What we want to do. So you match it up. Alright. I don't know if y'all can see. Hopefully y'all can see. Now, if you don't notice, this is what I'm doing. Look at my finger. I want you to pay attention to my finger right here. See this? Watch this. So this is what I'm doing. But I'm doing it, now I'm doing it on a smaller scale. Listen, watch. Now what I did right there is this. I did dagger strokes going up, dagger strokes coming down. This is what I did. You see why it's important to go up, to go down? Why? Because you're going to use dagger strokes going up. You're going to use dagger strokes coming down. Now I'm going to do dagger strokes going sideways. That's pretty much what it is. That's the importance of the dagger stroke. Also, thin your paint out. Because white, since it has a high pigmentation, since white has a very high pigmentation, it tends to clog up on your tip. I don't know if y'all can see it. Let me see if I can see it. Right here. And sometimes you got to pull it off, which you got to clean it off. So, thin your paint out. There's two ways that you can agitate your paint. Agitating your paint is when you shake it so it mixes, or what you can do is take a rag. Let me see if I can show you what happens when you agitate your paint. Okay, now I'm gonna agitate my paint. I'm gonna put the needle inside I'm gonna pinch it at the tip. And then I'm gonna pull back a little bit on the air. I'm gonna push down for air and pull back a little bit. Look what happens. It mixes in the cup. So now that you're mixing it in the cup, what you're doing is you're mixing the thinner and the paint, as opposed to using a stick. I wait a little bit. Now I gotta test out to see if it's good. You see how thin it is? See how smooth it comes out? That's what I want. Too much, let me tell you something. Too much thinner, not good. You'll ruin your painting. I can do without this for a little while, because it's starting to get in my way. So, now, where are we at? Okay, this is where we at. So, let's pull back. Okay. So we want to match this right here. There you go. Voila. Now, people always ask me, Jay, well, they call me Air1 now. Why do you airbrush white before you start a painting? One, I like working on black surfaces. They're more forgiving. Black surface is more forgiving. And when you do anything of color against black, pops out more. I don't know. I don't make the rules. I just follow them. So that's one. Two, it gives me an idea and practice for my lines. So if I'm working on white, that means I'm gonna have to do two things. I'm going to have to mask off the area, cut it out, paint it in, mask off another area, cut it out, paint it in. For me, it's just too much time. But that's just me. Some people like to work that way. That's fine. Go right ahead. I'm not telling you it's a bad thing to do. I'm just saying for me, I like working on black because I can freehand. Plus, it gives me more room to play with my paint. Gives me more room to play with the airbrush. It also gives me practice as I'm doing it. It gives me more confidence as I'm doing it. Because let me tell you something. You can lose confidence like this when you're doing the painting. Any tattoo artist or any artist knows that people think like, oh wow, you're gifted. It just comes out. No. Trust me, you go through your moments of doubts as you're painting. So me, it gives me a kind of a feel of building up my painting before I start adding color. So I already have like this confidence, like, oh, okay, I can do this. It's just me. To each his own. So let's I don't want to be blocking anybody, but let's go into getting our lines established. Dagger stroke, dagger stroke, dagger strokes. Very small dagger strokes. Dagger strokes, think of it like this. Dagger strokes are stretching before a workout. That's what dagger strokes are. It's a stretching before the workout. So before you airbrush, you want to stretch, right? So you want to stretch your skills. What you're doing is you're stretching. Oh, the reason why I do this is that compressor. Hold on a minute. Here we go. A lot of times you'll see me do this. That's me blowing the extra paint on the tip of my airbrush off. So I'm blowing the tip right off. So that way I don't have to keep wiping it off with a rag. So I've learned to pull back on the thing and see, if you pull back, there's paint right there. Look at that. So if you want to do, let's say, a star effect, you pull back on the airbrush, it builds up paint. See? So if I want to get stars, I don't know if y'all can see that. Probably not. If you have questions, feel free to ask. So let's get back to our painting. Where are we focusing on? We're going, now we're going to go. Alright, now, I learned this the hard way. If you want to save money, a tablet is the best way to go. One, you don't have to print out the picture that you want to do. You do it right from the tablet. And you can get all the detail that you want. So you can see it on a larger scale, so you know what you're doing on a smaller scale. Saves you money on paper, ink for printing stuff out. Let me tell you something. Technology is phenomenal. Best thing I've ever come across. Alright, where are we at now? So, you see this part right here? I don't know if y'all can see that. I gotta make sure I get y'all into the groove here. You see there's a line right here. I want to lower my pressure. Why? Because if I lower my pressure, I get a softer line. Softer line. See? Dagger stroke. That's it, just dagger stroke. I'm not in a rush. Why am I in a rush for? Take your time. Just relax, take your time. Focus on one area at a time. Look at your art like a puzzle that you're going to piece together. You don't have to rush through it and then get it all done at once. You just take your time. So where am I? So now I'm right here. So now I'm gonna do these edges. Now I'm gonna do these edges right here. That's like another thing. Paint what you see. There's no such thing as a perfect painting. So now I know that's shading. So I don't have to do that. Why? Because it's going to be shading. Now where I want to go. Well, I'm going to do this line right over here. So I'm going to dagger stroke that. I'm going to dagger stroke it. Dagger stroke. So, just dagger stroke it. Where else are we going to go? We're going to go, you know, it's almost like you're drawing with a pencil. It's just like a colored pencil. It's just very small dagger strokes is all it is. So now this we know is what? This is right here. This is a dent. All right. So well, everything is dark and light, and then you meet somewhere in the middle. So we know that if there's a crevice right here, now we got to put a highlight. So let's do the highlights. Sometimes I like to go back over lines. If you don't feel confident airbrushing a line, it's real simple. Just go back over here and just let it rip, man. Just do your dagger strokes again. That's it. Get your confidence back. You know, sometimes I'll be wanting to do something so perfect that I'll be like, I'm shaking. Then I end up not doing anything. Just a smooth line. Just a nice, smooth line. Doesn't have to be perfect right now. Just relax. So what am I doing now? So now I got to get this right here. So I want this white, and I'm not going to, because that's going to be shading. So what do? I got to hit this line. That's it. Now what I want to do, I want to do this here. No, you can't keep them locked in here all day.
You peed on the McDonald's balls.
On the what?
You peed on the counter. I just seen it right now.
Oh, I know why. Well, he's getting snipped tomorrow, so he'll be alright. Huh?
Do I want to let him out?
Yeah.
Come on, you're a bad cat.
No, he's not bad. He's just misunderstood.
How? What?
Sorry about that. Okay, so what are we gonna do now? Are we gonna go to the next one? Dagger stroke. Just small dagger strokes. Little by little. I am not in a rush. All I'm doing is a dagger stroke, but on a smaller scale. So, in this episode, what we're showing you is we're doing the white. So we're gonna try, and we're only gonna be on maybe for another 15 minutes because we're gonna go through this slowly but surely. So step by step. So that way, we're not rushing through it and intimidating people. Now, the reason why I do some lines, I don't shade in everything right away, it's because if I hit my lines with white first and then I go back in, what happens is it makes the lines that I already airbrushed brighter than the places that I'm airbrushing over again. Just so you know. My air is always on. You never turn off your air. One of the common and the biggest mistakes that most people make is that they turn their air off when they're airbrushing. Which, if I did that, look at the inconvenience of me turning off my airbrush. Of stopping the flow, the air flow as I'm airbrushing. Watch. Look at what happens. What happens is that every time that you release your finger, it makes the airbrush unsteady. Whereas if I'm going, you see how steady it is? Okay. That is just this on a smaller scale. It's just me doing little tiny dagger strokes. That's all it is. That's all it is. Dagger strokes on a tinier scale. I think I learned this in Japanese Aikido. They said everything was circular. So when you was doing a move, they will make you exaggerate your movements. And then the longer you were practicing, or the more advanced you became, the tighter and the smaller your techniques will become. So it would take effortless movement. So you start off exaggerating. So if you want to airbrush a picture, like you want to be like, oh, you know, I just want to do a painting. Do something that's big and blocky. You know, that's fine. Do something that's big and blocky, because eventually, from you doing this, you're going to end up doing this. See, you start big and you get tighter, tighter. Right? So where are we at? We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Oh, that's one piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 5. So we're here. We're on this one. So blow up your picture and focus on nothing but that right there. See, one of the biggest issues I was having is where am I going with my channel? What am I doing? Am I just going to be sitting here airbrushing while people are just in my chat? It makes no sense. So I'm not engaging, which is costing me. Also, those of you who are on Facebook and you are watching this, I'm going to type a link in which you can go to subscribe to my channel, which is, hold on a minute, where is it at? Nope, that's not it either. Hold on a minute. I'm going to get a few right now. That's not what I want. There you go. Please click on that link. What the heck? What's going on here? I don't know if y'all can see it. Apparently something's going wrong. I can't type in what I want to type in. You can go to Twitch, look up Air1FX69, and go subscribe to my channel. And show some support. It's very much appreciated. So, back to the painting. So, since I stepped away from the painting for a while, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. Hey! Jesus name. Oh. Let me hit my little dagger strokes again. Alright. Now I'm going to go back over. That's all it is. Little dagger strokes. Man, y'all been super quiet. I don't know if y'all super quiet or is it just that you know what? You know what's funny, School? One, I didn't even know you was in the chat. Because it's not showing me that you're in the chat. Number two, if I don't go on my phone, I wouldn't have known that you actually wrote something. It's crazy. I didn't even know you was in the chat, bro. Look at that. I'm sorry because it's not showing up on my feed. There's something wrong with the program. I don't know what it is. You guys can hear me talk though, right? Cause I gotta read this on my phone now. Now I gotta see if I can, you know. Yeah, everything messing up. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we hear you. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I hope it's informative. When it shows that Scuba's in my chat, it shows that you're in my chat, but it only shows me one viewer. So, go figure. So, back to the basics. Ah, okay, it's very informative. So, back to the basics. We only have another 8 minutes to go. I'm going to be doing an hour every day from 6 to 7 o'clock is what I'm going to do. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go longer, just a little bit longer. So, yeah, because I'm finding is that when I do very long streams, since I'm doing art, sometimes I can get lost in the art, but sometimes people, their attention span can't stay with it, so they get distracted. So I'm only doing an hour every day. We're going to be working on a painting every day, so you see step by step. It's not like, you know, because if you leave it up to me, I could sit here for 8 hours and just do the painting and then that's it. You know, I don't think twice about it. But then again, you know, I'm not really teaching anybody. So remember your dagger strokes: up, down, across, left, diagonal, 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 up, up. Then go into your painting. Alright. Use your iPad. This is the image that the guy wanted. How about your lines? Take your time. Alright, Platinum, when you get in your airbrush? Now I'm gonna hit this line over here. Alright, that didn't come out right. Nah, I don't live like that no more. In Jesus' name, I don't live like that no more. Said I'm not talking to my chat. Where do you get that? There's a site that I go to. It's called, here, I'll type it in the chat. I don't know. Can you, nah, you see? Look, I'm gonna try to type something into my chat. Let me see if it comes up. Nothing coming. I'm gonna have to type it in here. It's nuts. It is what it is. We have to learn. Type that into your web browser, and it'll take you to a place. They sell all kinds of airbrushes, but what you want is you want the $98 airbrushes. They don't come looking like this. They come basic. I'll show you what they'll come looking like. But they're sturdy and they're good to practice with. It'll come base like this. This is your basic base airbrush. You see? Let's compare the difference. See the difference between this one and this one? It doesn't have, it's not as advanced. So you'll get a full airbrush, it just won't have all these features, but trust me, it'll come with all the parts. It'll come, you know, a fully functional working airbrush. Yes. Yeah, definitely do that. Do that. You can whisper me anytime. I have my notifications turned on. Yeah, definitely. It's funny that when I'm actually teaching how to airbrush and I'm talking to my chat at the same time, I don't know. It inspires more confidence. I don't know. I guess it's that old saying, you can't keep what you have unless you give it away. So I'm not so focused on something that's not perfect. You see? So slowly but surely we're just going. We're going and we're just building up all this right here. Yes, that's the whole point of why I'm doing an hour every day, for two reasons. One, to grasp the attention of my audience, engage more with my audience, but I have to train myself how to teach people. You know, so as you're learning, I'm learning. I'm learning how to be a little bit more informative, how to not focus so much on what I'm doing, but focus on what I'm teaching. But at the same time, be able to show you something like this, like talking to the webcam and y'all over here, you know, stuff like that. To actually teach something, not just be like, oh yeah, you know, I can airbrush, man. Look, you know, people are like, so what, man? But I can't. And then we'll get to that whole. We're gonna start off with the basic foundations of airbrushing, and then we're gonna go into. Then we'll go into more advanced. As we start going into advanced classes, that's when I'll start the pay-per-view, because that means that you actually have the foundation down to be able to airbrush. What's up, Mr. Drip? How you doing, man? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit there and I'm gonna charge you, you know, money to. I heard you missed me, so now I'm here. Wait, I don't know who you heard that from, but I'm glad you're here. Who is this? You already know who it is. Stop funny. Anyway, so where was I? Platinum. I lost my. You see? I lost my concentration. So I'm showing you the basic foundation of airbrushing, which is what I showed you from here. It's your dagger stroke. Once we got you solid and got you doing this every day, I'm showing you how the dagger stroke affects your painting and what airbrush artists actually are doing. And then we'll go into advanced techniques like how to do this portrait. You know what I'm saying? How to do grayscale portraits. How to big things popping? Always, man. Yeah, Mr. Drip. Yeah, big things popping. I started losing my way a little, and I started getting into my own head, which sometimes can get a little, you know. If you want an idea of sometimes what my brain is like, you ever heard stray cats fighting? Yeah, sometimes that's what it's like. Anyway, so let's just finish this here. Once we finish this here, then tomorrow we'll go on to the next one. Alright? So let's just finish. Yeah, I'm doing good. I could complain, but it won't resolve anything. So there you go. So now if we put the two side to side, you see how it's starting to take form? What I'm doing is I'm shading in down there. It begins to take form. Little by little, piece by piece, piece by piece. Alright? Now if you want me to go a little longer, by all means just say so. If not, I'll be ending the stream like right now. It was up to me. If you want me to go longer. If you don't, and your attention span isn't up to it, by all means just let me know. Damn, now it's hard for me to stop. I didn't ask you anything, Mr. Drip. Look, some people think that art is hard. Art is not hard. What is that? What's that right there? It's a triangle. You know how to paint the triangle, right? You should do this in school. It's called color in the lines. I mean, I never did, but whatever. No, I can only stay as long as y'all want. I can't stay as long as I want. I mean, I said I was going to teach and that we're going to do like a lot of different things on this channel. We are. I lost my focus there for a minute. I went in too deep in here, which is not good, bro, because this, like I'm saying, sometimes it's like stray cats fighting. That's what it sounds like sometimes in my head. Oh, almost dropped my airbrush. Anyway, so now we're going to do this long piece right here. This is what we're going to do. We're going to follow these lines. Let's follow these lines. Dagger stroke, dagger stroke, dagger stroke. Look at where you're going, not where you're at. Look at where you're going, not where you're at. Look at where you're going, not where you're at. Look at where you're going, not where you're at. You see, that's why I like doing everything on black, mostly, because, well, it doesn't matter if I mess up and I go like this, or I go like that. I can erase that. No big deal. I do that on white, Ay, bendito. Ay, I'll be trashing the paint. Okay. Just now do a fill-in. All you're doing is you're filling in. You got your pressure very low. Why? Because you don't. Oh, that's another thing. Let me tell you about air pressure. It's it's another foundational principle in airbrushing. Let me tell you about air pressure. Here's air pressure. This is what you can do with air pressure on an airbrush. On an airbrush, you can do that where you have like a glowing ember, right? Well, let's say you do. You see? You pull out. That ain't coming right either. Now, here's another thing you can do with air pressure, which is great about airbrushing. That's high pressure. Watch what happens when the pressure goes lower and lower. You know what? Let me get you close for this one, because you don't need to see. So, now my pressure is very low. Now I could do a splatter effect. So if you're doing, now if I turn my pressure up more, so it's all air pressure. You get different effects. So if I just want, let's say I want something to make it look like graffiti, like I'm using a spray can. So it all depends on air pressure. Air pressure determines the kind of effect that you want. So let's say I want to do all right, you can make a starter. See? So there you go. Different effects, different air pressure gives different effects. So, where am I at now? Second roll, right here. Block. Shade it in. There you go. 2 rows done. We didn't even think about it. Where we at next? 3rd row. So what do we have here? Oh no, we still gotta finish this one. So let's finish that. Dagger stroke, dagger stroke, dagger stroke, dagger stroke, dagger stroke, dagger stroke. That's all it is. That's all I'm doing. Small dagger strokes. Dagger stroke and paint what you see. See, dagger strokes up. That's why I tell you, go up. Dagger stroke like this, like this, like this, and like this. Like this, like this, like this, and like this. You gotta do all of them. You don't train yourself in one way, you only know how to go up, you don't know how to go down. Anyway. We're not in a rush. We're just taking our time. Lower my pressure. I don't like the... Let me move this. I'm just going to take my time. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to rush through anything. I'm not going to try to make everything perfect. It comes out the way it comes out. You know, just get lost, man. Just chill, dude. Put some relaxing beats on and just chill. That's one of the things I love about airbrushing, is that I can just get lost. Oh. I can just get lost in the painting. I don't have to think about anything. Just what I'm doing at the moment. Everything just ceases to exist, which is sometimes the bad thing about streaming, because you forget that you're there with other people, not just by yourself. Basically, it's like I can't I don't know how dudes tattoo. I honestly don't. I mean, I know how they do it. You know, somebody trained me a little on the tattoo machine. I give more props to tattoo artists because if I make a mistake on here, I can always fix it. But think about the amount of confidence that you have to summon to be a tattoo artist. One, there's no takebacks, bro. You mess up, that's why I never wanted to go into tattooing. Once you mess up, that's it. It's a wrap. It's on there for life. I mean, I was fortunate that when I went and got tattoos, my tattoo artist, it was phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? He had years of experience and he knew what he was doing. So I didn't have to worry about there's no regrets. You know, he was really good at what he did. Alright, I'm only going to be on for probably until 8 o'clock. And then we will resume episode 2 tomorrow. Let me finish this before I go jumping around like I normally do. Then I get freaking lost. Yeah, I give a lot of props to anybody out there who tattoos. Like, those dudes are phenomenal. Now, I don't get tattoos anymore myself. That's for me. I have plenty of them. Actually walking around like a walking coloring book with nothing filled in. Well, I got one color piece and one done, but the other tattoos I got from somebody other than my tattoo artist, which I shouldn't have. Learned a long time ago. There's three people you don't cheat on. Your wife, or your spouse, your mechanic, and your tattoo artist. I wasn't supposed to fill that in. Okay. Dagger stroke, dagger stroke, dagger stroke, dagger stroke. Air stays on at all times. Constant air, constant air, constant air. That's why you need a compressor that can handle the amount of work you're gonna put out. Because I'm telling you right now, you get a small compressor, it will burn that thing out quick. Why? Because your air got to stay on at all times. That means that the compressor is going to overheat after a while, and then it's going to start spitting out condensation. I would have saved myself a lot of money had I just spent the money on a decent compressor. I wouldn't have went through all the compressors I went through. Alright, so this is a very technical piece, which means that there's a lot of straight lines. So you're going to have to be a little bit more precise when it comes to paintings like this. As opposed to what other paintings where you have more artistic freedom. These, you're going to have to be just a little bit more precise. We'll take his broken helmet piece, put it right there, make sure it lines up. Yep, lines up perfectly. Extra hot sauce costs more money. I already told you that. McDonald's charges you for sauce. I should be able to charge you for sauce. Look at that. We almost got this piece completely done. Really, if I just add a little color into here, I mean, it's pretty much... See, the only thing is that another thing you should go into is Photoshop. Get familiar with Photoshop, people. It's going to save you a lot of trouble. You set yourself up again. Yes, you did. Why? Because from far, this right here looks black. But when you get close up, that's not black. That's red with black. That's what that color is. That's how you get depth. We'll talk about color theory at another time, but we'll talk about color theory. Something I had to teach myself, and I learned it, and Photoshop taught me about color. One, two. I don't know, nothing's working today, but just because nothing works doesn't mean we don't work. Where am I at? What time is it? 1:28? Alright, 2 minutes. Let me just finish this piece right here. And then I will show you what to do next with your airbrush before you stop, after you stop painting. Alright, main piece is done. We got that done today. Now, please pay attention. Please pay attention, okay? Whatever paint you have left over, as long as you didn't mix colors already, dump it right back inside. That's how you save money. No, no sense in wasting paint if you don't have to. Spray out the rest. You can have a napkin, get old rags or whatever you need together, okay? Clean out the inside of your airbrush. Please clean out your airbrush. Don't leave paint in it overnight. If you want something that cleans all kinds of airbrush paint, it's real simple. I'll save you a lot of money with this one, if I can find it. There I go, talking about saving people money, and I can't even find the thing that I need to save people money. Hilarious. Oh, I'm gonna have to use this. Real simple, people. 70% isopropyl alcohol cleans all kind of paint. And it's cheap. If you go buy an airbrush paint cleaner, trust me, for a bottle this size, they're gonna charge you like $5, $6. Put it in. Get your rag. Real simple. For most of y'all beginners, I'm going to tell you right now, the best thing for y'all to do is to put your cap back on. Real simple. Hold the tip. Push down. It's not agitated yet. Pull back a little. Just so you're not. Y'all pull back too much. Look what happens. So pull it back a little. Agitate the paint in the cup. Spray it through, agitate. So no color comes through. To clean it further, it's real simple. Take your brush. See the bottom of that right there? There's paint in there. All the way. This is how you keep your airbrush working for a long time. I've seen a lot of dudes ruin, wow. Let me keep the focus. I've ruined a lot of airbrushes. Not cleaning out my airbrush because I was too lazy. Then take a clean rag, no paint on it. Clean your equipment. I clean my equipment after every use. I'm a little anal retentive, so don't mind me. There you go. Voila. If you're going to clean the tip, make sure that you pull back, you hold it. Then you're good. Voila. All done. See what I mean? Look. I'm a suspect, bro. I'm a suspect. Alright. We're clean. And that is... Oh, I forgot one more thing. What's up, Sales Pro? Another thing you guys have to do, very important, with any equipment that you use, you got to make sure that all aspects of that equipment is clean. If you don't take care of your equipment, then how do you expect for it to function properly? Just take a napkin or whatever, use some isopropyl alcohol. Go around the edges, because if there's too much paint on the edges over here, I'll tell you right now, it's not going to fit on your cap. Then you'll be airbrushing one day like I did, and then next thing you know, you're over here moving your airbrush, and then the paint just falls right on your painting. I've had everything happen to me. Alright, I've been on for an hour and going on 40 minutes, so I'm going to end the stream today. I don't know who's streaming. Sales Pro, you're always coming in late, man. You're always coming when I'm leaving. There we go. Now she's ready for tomorrow. Ya se acabó. Buenas noches. Hasta mañana. Hasta luego. Cógelo con take it easy. And get on tomorrow. Everything's ready to go. So from now on, boys, I will be on from ladies and gentlemen, I'll be on from 6 to 7 o'clock. We'll be going through step by step each panel that we're doing. What the commission art is, why I'm doing it, how I'm doing it. I'm going to take you through the basic foundational principles of airbrushing, which is what we learned today is called the... Can I hear everybody repeat after me? What's it called? The dagger stroke. That's right. Dagger stroke is the foundation to airbrushing. You master the dagger stroke, you will have no problem airbrushing. Should be easy. As a matter of fact, since I have to do this again tomorrow, I need to clean my panel. Which should be very easy to do since it's plastic. Get it ready for tomorrow. It's like a chalkboard, but with paint. I should be very good at this because I'm always destroying paintings. So, you know what? Sometimes I'm so slow. It's ridiculous. If I go any slower, I'd be young again. Daggers, I like. And strokes, dagger strokes. Look at that. Mr. Clean. Oh, Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Magic eraser. Look at that. What?
How long are you sharing for?
I'm almost done. What?
Oh, see, I need to help taking Charles to the bathroom before tomorrow.
Okay.
Whenever you're done, or...
So you don't gotta worry. There's a plastic film on this, so it's good. So I'm not ruining the panel. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? See? On each side. Now, she's ready for tomorrow. Alright. Now that's protected. That's good. We good, people. Alright. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, 6 to 7. I gotta go get my cat snipped. Because you gotta get those nutty buddies cut off. Because he's getting too aggressive with the other cat. So, you know how it is. It's like, let me shut up. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. I appreciate y'all spending time with me. And we'll finish this painting together. Alright? No more erasing. We're going to finish all the way through. Alright. God bless and have a good night. And hopefully this whole thing will be working again tomorrow. Well, hopefully it'll work tomorrow. See you tomorrow, people.